Lectric e-bikes, a leader in folding e-bikes. They shook up the e-bike market with their XP and its amazing performance, as well as its value at under $1,000 for a 28 mile per hour bike. And until last week, there were two XPs to choose from, a standard model and a step-through. I say until last week because that's when they added the new XP Lite, my new favorite, around 45 pounds of single-speed, ultra-agile fun. Also, the most affordable XP yet. But today, the family is growing again with another new model, and this one is something special, undeniably XP. Feature set, well, it's stacked. This is the X Premium, and today I'm going to reveal to you all the goods with a feature rundown and ride information. So let's find out what puts the premium in X Premium, because at cursory glance to the uninitiated, this may appear to be a standard XP, or well, standard XP step-through model. But a close enough look and there are telltale signs that this is different, like these grips, a comfort profile for the luxury leather look grips, hand stitching synthetic durability. But in amongst the new, there's still the XP standards, like the twist throttle. The new Lite model was a single speed, the X Premium a 7-speed, just like its predecessors. This also has the trusty M5 computer with the simple 3-button controls that XP owners will know. If you want a feature rundown on this computer and how it works, check the description for the link, where I'll post my other XP reviews because I've covered it in each one of those. Here's something else new my mountain bike review fans will notice: the Zoom hydraulic disc brakes. With a motor shutoff switch, massive stopping power upgrade for this new X Premium, and these rotors 160mm front and rear for the disc brakes on this bike. For the XP 2.0, tires went down to 3.0, much to the dismay of a loyal group of XP owners, but look at this, they're back now. CST BFT 20x4.0s with nice wide rims. Above that, the metal fenders, not on the XP Lite, they're here on the XP Premium from the factory. For the X Premium, 4.0s didn't just return, they bring with them another bonus. For the first time ever, an XP with 4.0 tires and a suspension fork. This fork features preload adjusters, a manual lockout, and an oddly specific 82mm of travel. Mounted to this fork, another included upgrade, Lectric's premium headlight, double the reflectors, all the retina-searing brightness. The X Premium has one frame type, this step-through. It has two colors though, white and this glossy black. The battery flush mount, which is new, so you don't have to open the frame to remove it. So you don't have to open the frame, but you can if you want to, because this is a Lectric staple. They're folding e-bikes. But I'm going to guess you're not looking at that folding mechanism, you're already looking at something else, because yeah, that's a second battery available as an option on the X Premium. Dual battery capability from the factory, though the second battery is an option, but think about this, double the potential range. And you can see that rear battery, it nestles into the rear part of the frame fairly seamlessly. It is exposed, but it is waterproof, so don't have to worry about that. And it comes with a rear rack from the factory for the X Premium. This rack, a nice weight rating up to 77 pounds. And this tail light on the X Premium, it's also a brake light. A folding bike, so the Wellgo pedals, those are gonna fold too. And this crankset, it's Pro Wheel branded. It's connected to a chainring, a large single chainring. There's a tourney derailleur for shifting through the rear gearing, and that rear gearing comes via this 7-speed freewheel, but it has a new range, 12 to 32 tooth. Cadence sensor, wait, where is the cadence sensor? Come to think of it, where's the rear hub motor? Wait, no rear hub motor, no cadence sensor. That's because the X Premium is a mid-drive system, and that's a torque-based mid-drive. Major benefits with this, like a more balanced bike feel, torque. I'll get to all this. For now, just know that this is a torque-sensing mid-drive, 500 nominal watts, 960 watt peak. That's enough to propel the X Premium up to 28 miles per hour, making it a Class 3 e-bike. Another X Premium perk, at least on this pre-release model that I have, no more key in the battery needed to run. And run it does right up to its 28 mile per hour top speed, which is not only attainable, but it does so without a trace of run out of pedal. That is a torque sensing benefit and why mid-drives are so special. Here I'm transitioning from flat ground to a hill and my cadence doesn't need to change. And if I vary my pedal output while still pedaling very easily, this is going to scale right with me. Power up and power down based on my pedal input, and you know what else the X Premium has? that 4.0 tire roar. Here's a rough example of how all this works. I'm pedaling and the mid-drive senses my pedaling and smoothly applies power. No jerky power lunges. And I don't have to try. It's so sensitive that it knows when I intend to pedal and it matches my output, actually expands my output. Always smooth, and let's try an example here. I'm going to be quiet and let you listen. I want you to pay attention to this motor as I try to pedal. Even if I try to induce a run out of pedal effect, well, it's impossible. And if you've ever ridden an e-bike with a hub drive and a cadence sensor, you'll know how special what you're seeing here is. Turning while pedaling with no unexpected bursts of power. Not that hub drives are bad, because they're great, but torque-based mid-drives are a rider's paradise. Power when wanted and only when wanted, and that new suspension fork and its 82 millimeters of travel, paired with those fat tires, smoothly smooth. So in a nutshell, mid-drive's super cool, but there's also the throttle, 20 miles per hour without pedaling. Though I do need to mention, and Lectric stated this to me multiple times, that mid-drives were designed to be pedaled, and they're not that common to find with a throttle. There's enough torque there for throttle only, even on hills, but it's best to pedal, which is super easy even up steep hills. From a dead stop, if you want to throttle off the line, it's recommended to keep the gearing between 1 and 4 for the initial start, then you can shift all the way up to 7 to get to that max speed of 20 miles per hour with the throttle. Gearing selection actually kind of important on mid-drive setups because of the way they power. They power the front chainring, which in turn drives the rear gearing. So changes in that gearing can affect speed, and speaking of speed, I usually do a demo in each pedal assist mode telling you what your max output is going to yield. That's kind of impossible to do on mid-drive because it can vary widely. Think of it as bionic legs with a seat and a throttle if that's your fancy. Bionic man style, plenty of power as needed and finessed enough to allow complete control with no surprises. To be super cliche here, a premium ride from the XPREMIUM. Incidentally, and to give you an idea of just how popular electric e-bikes have become, I rode the XPREMIUM to the local RV park where around 30 RVers were camping. And out of those 30 RVs, I spotted 4 people with electric e-bikes. They all bragged about their XPs, but here's the real testament to how well this XPREMIUM is at the very least named. Other than myself, there have been 4 people that have ridden this. 2 of those 4 came back, had one observation. They said it was a premium ride. They didn't even know the name of the bike at that point. So yeah, XPREMIUM. Perfect naming for a premium bike. My personal highlights, the return of the 20x4.0 tires on a suspension fork, and all the little touches that don't get the glam they deserve, like the hydraulic disc brakes which stop on a dime. And the dual battery capability, obviously. Now, I've only had this bike for 2 days at the point that I made this video. I'm rushing out this footage because I need it for launch because, I'm a YouTuber, I need the views. But what I know about the range of this bike so far now, every other e-bike I've ever ridden that had a throttle, I could throttle only for 8 to 10 miles max. On this bike, I throttled only for 12 miles and I still had 2 bars over half. And that's because the XPREMIUM balances the draw between both batteries. It doesn't pull from one and then the other, pulls them together, which not only maximizes available current, but it gives the best possible ranges. And I've rode this 22 miles in pedal assist 3 through 5, and it only used 2 bars. Meaning I still had roughly 80% of the charge in both of these batteries. I'm still putting it through its paces, and I will follow up with a full range rundown in every mode, so make sure you're subscribed and you have the notification bell active so you don't miss that. And of course, I like this mid-drive for all the reasons I've given in this video. Now, I'm not familiar with the Truck Run brand, but Lectric is known for their motors, so I have faith that anything they choose is going to be excellent. Though I can nitpick a few things. Like this right grip, there's not a good seam between it and the twist throttle. And I find it curious that to be named XPREMIUM, this didn't come with electric suspension seat posts, but we have to give them something to upsell. And the keys, because there are 2 sets, one for the front and one for the rear, though this isn't really a negative, it's just a byproduct of having an optional second battery. That's really my only nitpicks that I've found so far, aside from maybe this bike being a little heavier. It's roughly 75 pounds, though it does fold up quite well. Sizing for the XPREMIUM, I'm 5'10", and this is my bar and seat height, but it can go up to this. So I would say riders up to 6'5" won't have any problem. And for shorter riders, the seat can go all the way down to the top of the seat tube. fitting a wide range of riders and a wide range of ranges thanks to the dual batteries. Add to that the mid-drive with its torque sensing capabilities and the return of the 20x4.0 fat tires, this time with the suspension fork, hydraulic brakes, and all the other niceties, and this is at a budget price considering it is a premium bike. Pricing at the time of launch, $17.99. That's with one battery. I don't know the price if you get it with two batteries. I'll put that in the description. And if the price changes over time, I'll put that in the title. And also, full disclosure, now I'm not sponsored, but they did send this bike, though I don't know if I get to keep it. If I do get to keep it, don't be surprised if in the future you see this video open up and say sponsored content. That would just mean that I got to keep the bike, which at the time I'm making this video, I don't know, and all this is my honest opinion. Thanks so much for watching KevCentral. Have a great day.